There is a very specific message coming through today's reading video. So this is a rare message, and I am setting the intention that it finds you at the right time if it's for you. What I'm getting is that there is a person that you've been feeling in your energy for quite some time now, and you've tried to brush off this person's memory or the thought of them. That word memory really stood out to me. So I'm getting that you might be noticing that you've been feeling like you've been sort of flooded by memories of this person. And for some reason, I keep seeing a car. So I don't know if driving or being in a car, talking in a car, I'm hearing deep conversations is somehow resonant, I suppose, with you and this person. But what I'm getting is that this could also represent them driving away, literally or metaphorically, them sort of distancing themselves from you. I'm also hearing something about someone like living in their car or living on the road. That could be literal, maybe, but I'm also getting so for example, van life could be relevant. Like maybe someone has a renovated van and they travel. This also could be more metaphoric. So it could be that someone travels a lot, like lives sort of on the road. I'm hearing the word concert. So someone could be a musician or a performer here as well. This also could be even more deeply symbolic than that. Maybe this is a person who just never quite feels at home anywhere, and spiritually they sort of have like a nomadic soul in a sense. And I'm hearing that they found comfort and a sense of home with you, even though they do have this nomadic soul. So this seems to be someone who is used to moving from place to place. I'm hearing from town to town, maybe even from relationship to relationship without really ever settling down or ever really feeling like they are wanting to put down roots anywhere. In general, this person seems to be very resistant to the idea of settling down with anyone. And I'm actually getting that, well, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves here, but they just have so many messages coming through. I'm getting that one thing that scared them about you is that you are a person that they could actually see themselves settling down with. And I'm getting this is actually part of why they may have distanced themselves or metaphorically or maybe literally driven away or put some kind of distance between the two of you, because they felt like you were a person that they truly could settle down with and they actually wanted to, which was novel to them and also really scary. I keep getting the color orange, so that could be significant to someone. I'm also getting the words mind, sitting, Western, the name Lee, victory, attempt, range, birds, happily, break, winter. So something about a winter break or someone taking a break over the winter, or maybe there being a break in your communication that happened in the winter. I'm seeing snow falling, so that could be relevant for someone as well. I'm also getting leaves that have like withered and fallen off trees. And so the season of autumn could also play a role in your connection. Someone could have an autumn or winter birthday here as well. And I'm going to start shuffling the cards. I'm getting a lot of the number 3, which of course, if you're watching this as of when it's being posted, this is the 3rd month of the year. So that could also be relevant for you. And with storm warning reversed, so this is a person who likes to keep very busy, but the reason that they like to keep busy is to keep their mind active, because I'm getting that whenever they slow down, they feel like they start to pick up on emotions that are within themselves that they've been trying to kind of shove down. And lately, a lot of those emotions that they've been trying to shove down have to do with you. And so this person has been keeping themselves. I heard something about angel. Maybe they perceived you sort of like an earth angel or called you an angel or something like that. This is someone who has been keeping themselves extremely busy. And I am talking like to the max. This is someone who seems to be running like here and there, working a lot, meeting with friends, doing maybe hobbies or other things, just basically doing whatever they can to keep their mind busy. But there is one time of the day where everything seems to just slow down for them, and that seems to be at night. And I feel like this person is a night owl, or there is certain work that they do at night Maybe they're working on their hobbies or their interests at night. I just see them alone in the dark and working on something, but then trying to go to sleep. And owl symbolism could be significant here. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. There's just so many messages coming through so quickly. But what I'm getting is that at night, that is when the busyness of their life slows down and they find themselves thinking of you the most strongly. So this would be why in certain cases you may be dreaming of this person or thinking of them more heavily at night, because there is some amount of psychic transference taking place between you, an energy transfer. So when this person is thinking of you really heavily, especially at night, you are picking up on those thoughts that they have about you. And I'm hearing that you might feel a frustration around this because you may be wondering, why am I still thinking about this person? Hasn't enough time passed? Because another part of this message, I saw the number 555, which could represent rapid change. So something could start to change very quickly in this connection after you see this video. And that might be part of why you're seeing this video, because something is about to change very fast. But this also could represent that this person themselves is going through a lot of changes in their own life. And I'm hearing making a lot of positive changes for themselves behind the scenes. I got the name Kimberly for someone, which I know is very specific. The month of June, the word sing, the state of Illinois, tears, grain, circus, guide, the name James, Johnny. Okay, so with the storm warning card reversed, I see another message here as well, which is that this person finds a profound amount of peace in your presence, but especially they've been reflecting on conversations that they had with you. And again, maybe these conversations happened in a car or something like that. But I feel that these conversations happened in some kind of isolated place, even if it wasn't a car, a place where the two of you felt like you could really be yourselves and be open with each other, and like you were sort of away from the world. I'm hearing something about movies. Maybe you would watch movies or you went to the movies together. What I'm getting is that they are reflecting right now on how there was a specific conversation with you that brought them so much peace. And I see someone tearing up. So I'm getting that even thinking of this conversation now is making them feel emotional, because they've been in this state of chaos, because they've been feeling misunderstood by so many people around them. Again, they don't really have that sense of home with anyone, even family members, even people that they've grown up with, friends they've had forever. You are the only person that has really brought them a deeper sense of peace. And specifically, there's something about the way that you speak. I'm hearing that you have a very beautiful voice, and this person has been reflecting on how you have this beautiful vocal tone and this way of speaking that brings them so much peace, a sense of safety, and a sense of home. I'm seeing someone making snow angels for some reason. Maybe that's where the word angels ties in. I am getting that they're reflecting on that specific conversation that you had that brought them so much peace. And I see this person in my mind's eye laying in bed, typing and deleting a message so many different times. And even though they've never pressed send, I'm getting that you've been feeling the energy from that unsent, maybe even like unwritten message, because I feel like they never completely finish writing it. They sort of start typing and then delete everything. They're very much in their head about this. And I want to channel more information as to why, but I'm getting that you are definitely feeling almost the energy of those messages that get typed out, even though they're not getting sent, it's still pinging you on a spiritual level. And again, you may be feeling a little bit frustrated because you're wondering, like, why am I still thinking about this person? But the reason that you're still thinking of them is because they are still thinking of you and sending you all of this energy, even if they aren't sending a literal message here. Now, if you would like to manifest contact from this person, I have a subliminal I've created for you called Break No Contact, and it's designed to create a kind of magnetic energy between you and this person that attracts desired contact, communication, interaction, and movement forward. It is meant to make your energy more open to potential contact or interaction with people that you desire to hear from. It works by shifting what is happening in your own subconscious, so the energy that you are projecting, so that other people will feel that energy differently as well and want to contact you, be near you, or interact with you in some kind of way, in a positive way, in a desired way. And I've heard many different testimonials from this specific subliminal. I have heard some of the most amazing stories. Like, someone told me that someone had them blocked for 2 years, and after listening to this subliminal, that person literally unblocked them in order to contact them after those 2 years. So there are many amazing testimonials I've heard like this. People seem to find this subliminal particularly powerful. I do have over 150 subliminals in the Sound and Soulful app for all areas of life, for appearance, money, business, mood, mindset, energy levels, soul connections, and so much more. So there is so much to explore there in the app. You can listen to any subliminal in 10 different background sound options. You can read the affirmations embedded within it while you are listening, and you can create your own custom private playlists in the app as well. So personally, I have seen more powerful positive results using subliminals over the years than any other meditation or manifestation technique. So I love sharing my whole library of subliminals with all of you through my app. And if you'd like to try it and get started for free in the app, see how it works for you, then the link to get started is in the pinned comment and description box below. Okay, so let me get more information about that conversation that you had. I'm hearing dreams. So for some of you, there may have been a recent dream that this person had about you, where they were talking to you kind of like they would have before, because they do find your conversations really valuable, even though they haven't had a conversation with you in a while. So they've been reflecting a lot back on that. I'm getting something about October here, also the number 22. I'm hearing that this person may have dreamt of having a conversation with you, but it was very much similar to conversations that you've had with this person in the past in real life. And it just reminded them of how much peace your previous conversations always brought to them, and how much they've been really missing that in their own life. They're trying to work up the courage to say the right thing towards you, or to move towards you in some kind of way. With Angel of Strength and the Strategy card, it's like they're in their mind planning, but trying to work up the courage to move forward on that plan. I get the sense that for many of them, they've actually already, it's almost like they know what they need to say, but they're trying to work up the courage to do it. It's like the plan is already in place, but they're trying to summon the courage within themselves to actually take those steps forward towards you. And I'm hearing it's emotion that will ultimately push them forward, like their own intense emotions towards you that aren't going away, that will finally lead them to want to reach out here. And with Door to Value, yeah, they're realizing the tremendous value in the connection that the two of you shared together. But the value is in the peace that it brought to them. This doesn't have to be a romantic situation, although I'm feeling that for many of you, this definitely could be a friend, or I'm hearing a long lost person in your life, like someone that you used to have a friendship or some kind of relationship with that you don't speak to anymore. And you've known that the ball is in their court for a while. I'm getting that you have made some kind of an attempt to reconnect, or you left things open in some way. I feel like you may have said something to this person like, I'm always open if you want to talk, or I'm here, or you may have kind of tried to show them that you were available if they wanted to reach out to you or talk to you. But I feel like it was them on their end that put some distance here, or that I just can't figure out why they created this distance, but I want to channel into this. Why did they create this distance? The World card reverse, because they were not ready to expand in some way in their own life. And of course, keeping up with someone like you, part of this collective, means being committed to your own perpetual expansion, because there's something about you and your energy. And this is a bit of a side message for you, but it's really important. There's something about you and your energy that naturally pushes people to become a better version of themselves. And while on the surface, that sounds amazing, because it is, it can be so deeply inspiring. It can also be heavily intimidating to someone who isn't ready to push themselves in that way, who doesn't yet feel up to the task of their own expansion. And subconsciously, I feel like that is what was going on within this person. They were beginning to feel inspired by you and maybe even starting to move on that inspiration. But then when they realized, I'm hearing like the moment they really realized just how powerful you are and how potent your energy is, or how it's almost like they realized something about you in a way that they couldn't ignore. And it was actually a really positive thing, but it intimidated them because it would have pushed them into higher levels of their own expansion that they didn't feel ready for. So they pulled away and put distance there, but then kept like admiring you at a distance and still had this really warm, loving energy towards you and was still thinking of you heavily. And it feels like that's kind of the place that you've been in with this person for a while. The beautiful thing is I feel you never compromised on your own expansion to connect with this person. So you passed some kind of test here spiritually for yourself because you didn't betray yourself in order to stay connected with them, even though that would have really been the easier thing to do in the moment because you were feeling such a strong emotional and for some of you a romantic connection with this person. But yeah, with the Temple Path card in the sun, I'm getting a wave of goosebumps because you chose to stay connected with yourself. And wow, congratulations for doing that for yourself. I just needed to pause and say that because I feel this took so much inner strength. There was such a strong connection with this person. So choosing yourself, choosing to keep moving forward. I'm hearing to not be afraid of your own shine because someone else is intimidated by it. That was a major spiritual test for you and you passed with flying colors. So there's this message coming up here about just being so proud of yourself for always, I'm hearing staying consistent with something. Maybe there's someone who's going through a bit of a hard time right now and feeling a bit of self-doubt or a bit of uncertainty. And you seem to have a specific spirit guide that wants to remind you that you have always been so consistent with something and committed to something, even on days where it's been hard, even on during seasons where things have felt lower or more difficult or more challenging. You've stayed consistent with showing up for yourself, your life, for continuing to expand, even if at times it's felt slow. And I'm getting something about a payoff, like something about that beginning to pay off for you in a really big way. That really felt like a bit of a bonus personal message here, but I feel like someone needed to hear that. Yeah, with attachment reversed and crown chakra in the upright position, I feel that you personally have been in this phase lately of letting go of all imbalanced or toxic connections or allowing them to evolve to a different version of themselves. So I feel like especially I'm hearing something in the last year, there's been some kind of shedding process where a lot of people and things that you used to connect with in a certain way have been stripped away from your life because they were in a toxic form or a form that was trying to drain your energy or connect with you in an imbalanced way. But this is actually allowing you to lean more into, I'm hearing, your soul self, your true spiritual form than ever before. And it's also allowing you to pour more time, more energy, more attention into whatever your spiritual purpose is in this world. I'm hearing you're glowing differently and people are literally noticing this about you. People might actually be commenting that there is a different kind of glow about you. And it's because of this process of shedding these toxic and imbalanced connections and really leaning 100% of the way into this more soul-aligned version of yourself, letting yourself shine to your fullest maximum output without worrying how people are going to feel about it or react to it. And somehow I feel this person we've been talking about here is sort of wrapped up in that because they got intimidated when they saw you shining so brightly. And I do feel there was some moment that my guides are calling a point of no return where this person, it's almost like they reached this peak of admiring you and seeing something about you that they couldn't ignore. Maybe it was a conversation you had with them. Maybe it was something that you shared with them about yourself. Maybe it was like a moment that the two of you shared together. But I feel like there was some threshold that the two of you crossed where they had it really put in their face just how beautiful or powerful or spiritually powerful you are. Something really beautiful about you was revealed to them, but then they got afraid. So it's like in that moment of peak admiration for you, that's exactly when they got in the car and put the distance between the two of you. But now you've been haunting them. You've been on their mind so heavily because they still see all of this. I say all of this value, but it's like nothing they've ever experienced before. That almost seems like an understatement. But yes, they see this value in your conversations with them, in the way that the two of you interacted together, in the sense of peace that they had around you. And so I really feel this person, there's something about the summer. Maybe the summer will be when they reach out or significant to your connection in some way. What is this person going to do moving forward? Yeah, the thinking man and angel of love. I feel like they're continuing to think about you very heavily. In fact, if anything, it seems like it's getting stronger. And ultimately, I feel like this is their intuition trying to push them to some kind of actual expression of love or care, like showing you in some way that they still think of you heavily, that they still love you or admire you. So that is what I'm picking up from this message. Of course, only take what resonates and leave the rest here. Always use your own intuition. But if you would like to potentially manifest contact from this person or someone you desire to hear from, I do recommend trying out my Break No Contact Subliminal and seeing how it works for you. And of course, this is in my Sound and Soulful app, which is linked underneath this video. Otherwise, I love you all so much. Have an amazing day, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.